Well, I've lost it all, the bar's gone, and I have to head back to Canada. Only joking, but I am heading back to Canada. But it's not for some of the reasons that you may think. Hey everyone, Nolan Jax here. If you're new to the channel, I own a lady bar up here in Chiang, Thailand. Now I am unfortunately heading back to Canada for a few months, so I'll be getting into why exactly I'm going and what's going to happen to the bar while I'm gone. Let's get into it. First off, as I've said in previous videos, we're heading into the low season. We're heading to the time when there's not a ton of tourists here in Chiang Mai, or really in Thailand in general. So if you are owning a business here, it's kind of the best time to take a vacation, to take a bit of break from the bar, to step away, and you don't really have much to worry about. Yes, your bar is not going to be making a lot of money right now, but it's not going to be making a lot of money either way. All the bars are very, very quiet, very, very slow. Everybody's saying the same thing. There's no customers. It's the rainy season here, so it's raining every day, and you're just not going to get a ton of foot traffic into any of these bars. All the bars are very, very quiet, not making a ton of money, and so if you ever need to take a bit of time off from your business, in Thailand at least, now is the time. There's a big contrast between the low and the high season. How is the bar going to stay open while I'm gone? Is it going to be able to keep running? And the answer is yes. I'm going to keep the bar open while I'm back in Canada. Now, I've been really lucky that I've managed to put together a really good group of people who work in the bar. Now, I know some people in the comments may not believe me, but I really have spent time in investing in finding good people to come and work for me. And so I really do trust them implicitly and completely with the bar. Again, we're not making a ton of money right now, so there's not a lot to do in terms of keeping the bar up and running. I'm not going to be gone too long that's going to become an untamable thing. And so that's what I'm really happy about, is that I've been able to put together a good team, a good group of people who are going to come to the bar, continue to come to the bar, and keep the bar open and operational. So I do really hope that even though I'm not here, that you stop by and check on the bar. And maybe check it out for me, make sure it's not on fire. Now, I'm lucky enough that I've built up a really good staff at my bar. I have a very trustworthy and capable manager. She's pretty much the manager now. She came in, she was working as just a regular bar girl, and then when my old manager quit, she asked if she could take over the role and started as a cashier and bartender, and I've really let her take on more and more responsibility, as she is very, very capable. And so that has been really, really nice. And I also have all the other girls who have really stepped into their roles and really want the bar to do well, really looking to help the bar make money. And you know, that took time. Building that trust, building that level of support took time, and investing in them allows me to be able to take this time off and go back to Canada. And although number one reason why I'm actually going back is family. You know, one of the hardest parts about moving overseas long term is the family that you leave behind. You know, I don't have kids or a wife or anything back in Canada, but I do have a large family. I have aging parents and a bunch of nieces and nephews who don't understand why their uncle just misses their birthday all the time. So it's hard to explain to them that why I'm out here and why I'm always absent from their lives. And so I definitely want to go back and spend some time with the family to connect and visit with them while I can. Well, it's kind of a good opportunity since it's so slow here. But also, I was actually contacted by my old employer. You know, before I first came to Thailand, I was working in the oil and gas industry up in northern BC. And I was making a good amount of money, but I decided to come out here. Now, they actually just contacted me, asking me if I could go back for their busy season. Right now is their busy season. There's a lot of maintenance and turnaround work up in the oil and gas industry in northern Canada. And so they asked if I could come back just for a couple months to help them out. And I decided to just agree. You know, it just made the most amount of sense, as there's not a lot going on out here. As the bar is not making a ton of money, yes, it's covering itself, but it's going to be very slow for the next few months. So it just made the most sense to go back to Canada for a couple months, work, so that when I do come back to Thailand in September, I'll be able to keep building my business and improving things from here. So that's kind of the plan. I'm going to be back in Canada for a couple months just to get things sorted out and to make a bit more money so I can keep expanding my business. It is honestly a good test for the bar too, while it's slow, see if it can be kind of self-sufficient, and if I can even take a step back when I come back to Thailand and let it kind of run itself. If you are in Chiang Mai, I'd really appreciate it if you do still come and check out the bar. All the girls will be there, and I'd really appreciate that. If you have any questions at all, please leave it in the comments below. Cheers.